Hello and welcome to this InflectraCON 2023 virtual bonus session. InflectraCON will be held from April 19th through the 21st in Washington, D.C. on the campus of Gallaudet University. We are looking forward to 3 days of customer training, partner meetings, industry sessions, networking, and more. Check us out at www.inflectracon.com. In this session, we hear from Pricilla Bilavendran, team leader at Millennium IT Services. Let's join Pricilla now as she starts her virtual session entitled A WholeHearted Approach to Technical Leadership.
Hello, welcome to InflectraCON 2023. My topic is about a wholehearted approach to technical leadership. I'm Pricilla Bilavendran. I work as a team leader with Millennium IT Services Malaysia. I've been a tester for past 11 years into various domains, starting with insurance, healthcare, fintech, and pharma. I do wear multiple hats. I'm a mother of a 5-year-old, and I've been associated with multiple organizations for both the ambassadorship and the community building programs. Starting with Postman, I'm a Postman Supernova, and I've been part of AWS Community Builder program as well. So I'm a Lambda Test Spartan, and I'm a certified mentor associated with Mentoring Club. So I do free mentoring sessions for the budding test engineers and also the young mothers who took a maternity break and trying to get back to the workforce. So this is pretty much about me. So right now it's time to a small story maybe. Okay, so just my personal story. So what made me to talk about this topic? 2 years back, of course, I was a tester, so I love testing. And who doesn't love it, right? So I'm a technical tester, and I was doing more of API testing. And there was an ask based on some situational aspect that I have to be there as a team leader. And I was a little bit skeptical initially to accept this role because I was worried if I could handle people in a correct way. But then my leaders also supported me to take up that role. So that was more of a technical leader role where I have to be an API test lead. Also, I have to manage a set of people. I have to take care of them. I have to ensure that they are finally happy, right? So this is all about when it started 2 years ago. And that was the time when we were suffering from COVID also. It was one of the time like we were getting settled to this remote culture and struggling with COVID and all those. So I don't know whether I'll be able to take it up because my team is also split across. So I was really worried. But finally, a day came. So I had to be because, sometimes in the career ladder that you have to go up and some opportunities knock your door, right? So that way I had to take up this opportunity and I had learned so much. It doesn't mean that I have learned everything, but still, till this date, I'm learning a lot of things from my team, people around me, from my family. They all teach me to be a better tester, to be a better leader, to be a better technical leader. So I'm here to share my story, right? So I'll be walking through a list of slides. It's just mostly based upon my personal experience. So I'm here to share the strategies, whatever worked for me, and maybe there might be some inspiring leaders out there or who might be aspiring to become a technical leader. And I thought that it might be very useful for them. So that's the ultimate goal of this talk. So let me take you through the slides. So before we get into the details, the benefits, the challenges, I just want you to explain more about this definition. So we talk more about technical leadership and stuff, right? So do we really know what is the definition of a technical leadership? What actually is a technical leadership? Because you have to know the definition, right? Even if you're aspiring to be. So when we talk about the technical definition of a technical leadership, I could always say it's about a mix and match of two important skills, right? So you should be technically a very strong person right? You should know the in and out of your technology or the tech stack that you're using in your project. And you should be able to make your informed decisions, and you should have the ability to guide the team. At the same time, you should have the proper skill set to manage a set of people. So I would always say that it's a kind of a mantra that you have to keep in your mind. So it's about the ability to utilize a combination of your technical knowledge, communication, and project management skills to provide effective guidance. It involves understanding and managing the technical complexities of projects while creating an environment of collaboration among team members and other stakeholders. Okay, so you should be an equal weightage. Things vary. Sometimes you have to prioritize people over the technical job which has to be done. Okay, so this is about the formal definition, and one quote which I really wanted you to remember all through your life is like, technical leadership is an art. Of course, it is an art of inspiring, leading, inspiring, motivating, and steering a team of technical experts to accomplish a common objective. Okay, now you can ask me, Priscilla. You already told that you are here to share your story, but in this modern work space, because we all working towards this agile model, and do we still hold this importance of this technical leadership? Of course it is, right? There are certain reasons that you have to uh, emphasis on this technical leadership part. It bridges a gap between the technology and the business, because the technical leader knows very well to handle what has to be done right? So they definitely act as a bridge, and which in turn can result in a high quality products. Of course, they can lead the teams very efficiently. And finally, it boosts the employee morale, and it fosters a very collaborative work environment, because people will be happy, motivated, cheerful. So finally, your output is going to be very happy and good as well, right? So for all these reasons, it's definitely important. Whether it's the modern workspace or it's the traditional work model, that whatever you follow, technical leadership always holds a very important place. And many organizations understood the importance of that. So that's the reason, like, more and more companies are looking for tech savvy leaders right now, because they should have the capability to leverage the power of technology, right? So that's the reason that the organization can also remain agile and they can remain competitive, because we know the market is being very fast paced and there are a lot of competitors out there. So I believe that you understood the definition, and not just about the definition, you understood more about the importance and why it is being still valid in this modern workspace. So now you can ask me, so what is the exact roadmap to be a technical leader, right? So of course, it depends on person to person, project to project, employer to employer, enterprise to enterprise. I can say that very simply. But there should be a common factor, right? Say for example, if I ask you, what's the roadmap from a BA to a product owner, or from a tester to a test lead, we all can easily say that. So the same way, whether you are a tester or you're a junior developer, there should be a way to become a technical leader, right? You have an option to become a technical leader. So certain factors that you have to keep in your mind all through your way. So the first and foremost is about developing a strong foundation for your technical skills, right? As such, the role demands. You cannot deny or you cannot ignore that technical things can be pushed. No. That's why I said, like, the role is all about a mix and matching of technical and the management skills, right? So you have to have a very deep understanding of your technical topics. And also you should have your holistic understanding, because you have to make all those informed decisions in future, right? So as a technical leader, you should have a very strong technical foundation. And the next thing is about connect with your team. When I say connect, it's a meaningful connect. You should take efforts, right? You should really take effort to connect with your team. Remember the details when you talk with them, when you share your personal things, or when your team member is sharing the personal things. Like, remember the details, like whatever they are sharing. And once in a while, ask for a feedback. It doesn't mean that as a lead or as a technical leader that you are running your team in a very good way. Don't assume things. Ask for a feedback. Only when you ask for a feedback, some people might open up, right? And I always pose this to my team like vacation is very important, right? So make sure that you are asking your team to plan their vacations as ahead as possible so that because I don't like rejecting the holidays of my team. So that's it might sound simple, but I would say like that's one of the very best way to connect with your team. And I know on most of us will have our one-on-one meetings, but just think for a minute, are we doing it in the right way? Are we really trying to connect with our team member at another corner who's sitting in the anywhere of the world around the world like and are we really taking an effort to connect with them? Is a one-on-one-ness like more towards the career aspirations or the career development of the resource, or it's more about the project details, what went wrong, like right? So all these project details can be discussed through your daily stand-ups. But when it comes to the career progression, personal aspirations, you have to spend this one-on-one meeting, right? So dear leaders, I really request all of you to take a moment and think, okay, whether if your one on one is really meaningful. And the next topic is about, of course, you have to enhance the delivery. You know the technical details, you are connecting with your team, but that doesn't mean that it's all good. We still have a lot of way to go to be as a complete technical leader. So, in that aspect, I would always say automate the possible ones, like automate whenever, wherever possible. That's my quote. Because why I'm saying this is like there are a lot of tools and technologies evolving every day. It doesn't mean like they are all going to be surviving and that's going to destroy the testers or developers or any other engineers in the markets. No, it's not that way. We are here for years and we are going to survive as well. But we should be smart enough to adapt and use them in our daily routine or your project needs. So try to automate the possible ones starting from the simple task. And also on your current workload. As a technical lead, you should know what the team is currently working on and how much effort they do need to complete the task. It really matters. And if they need some extra training or some time to learn something new or some resources, right? It's your responsibility to guide them towards the correct resources. And of course, people will get bored. So make sure that you're shuffling the projects or some cross training, or you're introducing some new challenges or some kind of best practices in your projects, which is really helping them to keep them alive. And the next one I would say is like, of course, about the mental health. So make sure that they are taking a long breaks. That is very much needed. I know that in many countries, that is even being as one of the law that for sure, like they have to take some kind of blocked holidays for 2 weeks minimum. So make sure that they are going for a long breaks. And if there is no certain restrictions based on your organization or your client expectations, provide them the flexible work hours, which is one of the most thing that today's engineers are looking for. Celebrate the small or big wins. Either it is small or it is big. Try to always celebrate that with your team. Just provide an appreciation, just a pat on the back. It really matters a lot to them. And also, when we call it as a team bonding or a team integration activity, I would always say, like, try to think something whether if they find it so based on the budget or based on the organizational structure or the guidelines that you have, you can plan your activities. And the next one will be like try to provide them a safe circle so that they can be very transparent and they can open up to you. And that will build a very strong bonding in a relationship with your team. And the next important thing is about active listening, which even I don't even say that I'm a very good active listener, but I'm working on it. So you have to really listen, okay? Listen not to answer. You might have heard it before. Listen not to interrupt, listen not to answer, listen not just to respond. Listen really to comprehend, understand, and empathize with them. So that's really important whenever your team is opening up to you. Okay. So, after mental health, we will be going towards something because it's not just about always adding things, right? Sometimes we have to eliminate something, and that's how the team will be much more good. So, if you don't have transparency, just lack of transparency is not at all going to help your team. So, please make sure that you are avoiding it. And if you're not providing any motivation or appreciation, and if you're not even recognizing your team, of course, they don't feel happy. And even though it is a big team, a small team, they work independently. That's good. Team is being independent. That's fine. But finally, they should have some kind of interrelationship and a bonding between them, right? So working in silos, it's definitely not going to help. One way or other, they have to be interrelated, and only then, when someone is not there, other tester or other developer can come and easily support. We all know biasing. Biasing is not something that we can easily deny that, no, I'm not a biased person. We can't say that. Everybody hold our own biases, right? That's what they call it as conscious and unconscious biases. We do have biases. But just make sure that you are being aware of that. You should know that the place, if you're say taking some decision based on the biasing, just stop, okay, reflect, think, and then react again. Okay, so that helps. So make sure that you are eliminating your biasing and your biasing nature in the project. And if there is some really unnecessary extended working hours, make sure that you are eliminating that. One day or other, they are going to be exhausted, right? So finally, if it all leads to the unhappy workplace, and in the long run, it's definitely not going to help. And the next one will be like, of course, you have to build a culture, right? As a technical leader, you already came through a lot of important things, and now you have to build a culture of innovation and learning. So you have to emphasize the importance of learning, right? So you have to develop a culture of continuous learning and innovation, and you have to foster creativity and experimentation and create an environment where both the team and organization can grow and flourish. You should know the importance of that, right? And also, every member is unique in the team, right? So try to leverage the strengths of leverage the strengths of each team member. That will definitely, as an overall output, it will help you in the project or for the organizational aspect as such. Okay, so these are the points that we can keep in mind, or we can even think it as a roadmap to become a very good technical leader. Okay, so as now we see about the roadmap things, now we have few things that we call it as the benefits. Every organization or every project, right, they have their own benefits of having a strong technical leader, or even for a technical leader or for a team, there are a lot of benefits, right? So when you are a really strong and a good technical leader, so let's see through some of the best benefits that we can quote right now. The first one is about developing a technical vision, right? Because we all know that right now the technical leader is really strong. So a strong technical leader is also able to develop a long-term vision for the organization and its objectives. This can involve assessing the current technical landscape, assessing the needs of the organization, and deciding the best course of action in order to move towards the goals, right? So they have the very best technical vision, so they can really develop that. And the next advantage is, of course, they can lead by example because they're not just telling them what to do; they are actually doing the things, and then they're asking the team to follow. Right? A strong technical leader is an example of organization's values, mission, and a code of conduct. They provide examples, right, for the team to use in their own work. So this is something which is ultimately benefit for everyone around them. And the next one is about encourage innovation. Of course, technical leaders are the source of inspiration for the team, right? They are continually looking for the new and innovative ways to solve problems. and create new levels of success. A strong technical leader can encourage the team members to think outside of the box and come up with more innovative solutions to the problems. This can be valuable to any organization, as the ability to innovate quickly in today's rapidly changing world can mean the difference between success and failure. So this is also one of the important benefit of being a very good technical leader, of having a technical leader. And the next one is about effective decision making. Yeah, of course, because the technical leader has all the technical knowledge, right? So having the technical knowledge makes it easier for them to analyze the complex data and make informed decisions that benefit the organization. With the assistance of strong technical leader, the decision making process can be really improved. As the leader is more knowledge and experience in the same field, like what you're looking suggestion or expertise for, they are better to analyze the data and based on the sound technical principles that they have. So this is one of the very good advantage that having in technical leader. And the next thing is about, of course, they can foster mentorship, right? Because technical leaders provide an opportunity to mentor members of the team and build their technical skills. Right, as we see before, lead by example. They don't just do it for themselves, they do it for the team. They can also give valuable advice or suggestions, tips, and help with the employees professional growth as such. So they do play a very vital role here. And the next one is about rise to challenges. Of course, technical leaders rise to challenges that come along with the task, because whether it be a difficult project or a complex coding problem, they don't just shy away from that. Even when it is a new issue or an existing issue is coming up, they are really committed to committed to what they are doing and their team success and the company's overall mission. So, of course, challenges agree. Challenges are there in every other aspect of our life, right? We can't deny that. And we can't run away from those challenges also. So, in that way, of course, when I speak about all these things, it doesn't sound that easy. I know being a technical leader is also very more challenging. So, what I can say for you here is like, it's very important, right? So, it's easy to say that maintain relationship with your team, just be close with them. I can easily say that, but building and maintaining a relationship is really hard. I know that's hard, and for some people, they find it really hard to connect with others. But it's okay. We can take it slow. It doesn't mean that you can't reach it in a day or two. It really takes time, and I know that. And also, as a technical leader, sometimes you have to explain that to a non-technical audience, right? That's again another challenge. So that's how your storytelling experience or your storytelling skill set is going to help you. And new technologies, of course, they are coming up every day, right? So you have to get adapted to that, and you have to make sure that the team is also scaling up to that. And definitely, that's a challenge. And the next thing is, of course, you have to balance the needs of the team, right? The organization will have certain needs and the team will have certain needs, but we already mentioned that the technical leaders are the bridges. So you have to balance the needs. That's definitely going to be another headache and a challenge. And when you run a team, that with technical aspects, of course, many conflicts rises in both the professional and personal aspects, but we have to live through that. And once you start working on this ground level, I think you can definitely master one day, right? So that's how finally you are going to become as a technical leader. Like, so final part is like, let us conclude this, okay? So becoming a wholehearted leader, I know it doesn't, and I'm not trying to sound filmy also here. It's not that filmy or fancy. I was also thinking the same way 2 years back, but now I feel like I can do it, right? I can do it, and you can do it too. Okay, so just remember that, of course, it all starts with you. So just smile. I know that just carrying a smile at your face every time, in all time, will definitely help you to connect with the people very easily. And please remember that it starts with you. Okay, so all the pointers which I discussed before, it's not just for the team, right? You as a leader should be really healthy mentally, physically, right? And technically. So only then you can guide your team in a very good way. If you are not focusing on yourself, you definitely can't help your team. If you need already help, and how can you can be there for a person or a team who needs help, right? So please make sure that you are taking care of yourself first. Okay. And only then you can help your team and they can be finally happy. So by developing, and this is a combination, right? As we mentioned before, a technical and business acumen, communication skills, a strong leadership and a relationship skills. All these things together will make you a technical leader. And finally, your team will definitely love for what you're doing and they'll really happy in all the work they do. And you can, of course, see the output. I know all the things that we discussed is all about very simple things like remembering the details, connect with your team, right? Focus on your mental health, focus on their mental health, focus on your career progression, focus on their career progression because together you are learning. We'll have the success, we'll have the failure, we'll have the small wins, we'll have the big wins, but we are together. We are together with the team, right? So you can definitely reach whatever you want to. And this is one of my favorite image. Like I made it because I felt it in my personal experience based on these few years where I'm managing my team. Everyone is totally different. I can't expect one person to be like this and one person to be like that. So uh, totally different. But that's what I understood as like that's how we make a team, right? We always say that inclusive teams are the best performing ones, but are you building an inclusive team? Are you really wanted to do that? Just focus on that. In that case, because you cannot have a team of same race and same ethnicity from the same nationality, it's not going to work that way, right? We all say that that your team has to be inclusive, but you really, as a technical leader, you're focusing in that sort of hiring. Are you focusing in that sort of building a team? Just ask yourself. Okay. So, because I believe if you are being an inclusive person, definitely you'll avoid all those biasing, and I'm so sure about it. Okay. So, remember that leadership is about people. So, truly assist in their growing and doing their best. Okay. And yeah, finally, I just wanted to say that being a great technical leader is not a journey, is a journey, and it's not a destination. So, just enjoy the journey. Okay, don't rush it or don't be so hard on yourself. Just enjoy the journey, and definitely you'll be a very good technical leader, and your team will love for what you're doing for them. Okay, and thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me very patiently. And thank you, InflectraCON, for having me as part of this bonus virtual session. I really like all the organization part that you're doing on. And once again, I really wish all of you to have a very great year with yourself and take care of your team. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for this virtual bonus session. We hope you enjoyed it. Learn more about InflectraCON, our live, in-person conference from April 19th through the 21st, 2023 in Washington, D.C. by visiting InflectraCON.com. Stay tuned for more great content, news, and events from Inflectra. Learn more at inflectra.com/company.